Hey guys, we're back. This is the Rut River Pursuits podcast. I am here on a Monday. Yes, it's Monday, and most people don't get up early on Monday and run around and be really happy, but dude, I am stoked. I'm actually opening up the show this morning. I wasn't going to stop just yet. I didn't even have breakfast, but I walked by Dark Sky Outdoors, and I saw something that stopped me, and I was like, dude, what is that? I actually walked up to try to smell it, and I'm just going to let Tim and Bill tell you all about it because they're down here at the 4300 out. If you do get down here this week, you'll be hearing this, I would imagine, on Tuesday, so you got a little bit of time to get down here. But what stopped me in my tracks? What do you guys do, and where are you from? And tell everybody exactly what I'm looking at, because I don't stop dead in my tracks. I did actually for an electric bike over there. I had to just stop, but that was pretty cool. But this was the second thing that stopped me this morning. Anyhow, I'm Shane, Uncle
Bill.
Catfish Bill.
And I'm Tim.
Hi, Tim. What do we got here?
We got the smoke tube.
I love it. So, you guys, if you walk by this and look at it, it's hypnotizing. First of all, the first thing I thought of right away was wind direction. If it's constantly pumping out smoke like that, I can check my wind direction. But past all that, it's actually a scent attractant. Is that right?
Yes, a scent dispenser.
Can you tell them how it works?
Well, what we got here is the smoke tube. It's a scent dispenser for the smoke sticks.
Mm-hmm.
You could buy them in Estrus, Rut Ragers, Curiosities, and all-season blend, and they have bear scents as well, where legal.
And the sticks that Tim's actually, or Bill that's actually talking about is they look almost like a burning incense stick.
Yes.
But they now make them in attracting scents.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So if we put one of these in the ground outside, if I just stuck it outside and lit it, those things burn away pretty quick.
Yeah, you'll get about a half hour out of them, maybe 40 minutes.
And what about with this tube?
So we came up with the tube. We're actually getting 3.5 to 4 hours on a good day burn time with the tube.
With the same exact stick.
With the same stick. So we came up with the tube so you don't have to burn it on. You could burn it on the ground if you want to, but we came up with it mainly for your tree stand because we're big tree stand hunters. So you never have to get out of your tree stand again to go down and light another stick. You just pull it up. We give you the paracord with it. You pull it up. You light another one up. You're burning fresh scent within less than a minute. Lower it back down. You're good to go for another 3.5, 4 hours. Never have to worry about safety getting out of your tree stand. Unbuckle your harness. Most accidents are, 85% tree stand accidents.
Absolutely.
So you never have to worry about leaving your tree stand ever again. You never have to worry about messy liquid scents. You never have to worry about them freezing.
Right.
And when you buy the sticks that we sell, there's no shelf life on them. Once you open them, you want to use them. You will use them, but you could buy them, throw them in your cabinet for next year.
You know what I love, too, is I walk in the woods all the time from Pennsylvania. I'm a Pennsylvania hunter. We have an Orange Army. We have a lot of hunters here.
Yeah.
And we got to share a lot of the same private lands and public lands alike. Even some of our private lands get kind of booked because, there's so many hunters here. I walk in the woods and see somebody that left a cotton wick dispenser, that they dipped. They lived in a tree. I'm walking around. I'm like, man, there's a scent.
Yep.
At least you wouldn't leave this out there. Take it with you. And you say you hang that right from, you could hang it from your lock-on, your ladder stand?
Yeah, I hang mine, and Tim hangs his right from the platform. You hang it down. We give you 15 feet of cord. Keep it about 4 to 5 feet off the ground, and that's it. You can watch it all day for your wind direction. Constantly changes all the time. You have your cover scent because it's constantly burning.
Yeah, it's not just an attractant. It would cover your scent up.
And your attractant. We tell a lot of people, and they think we're crazy when we tell them that, that we don't hunt the wind. I don't hunt the wind.
Yeah.
Because I have this burning all the time.
You have a constant visual on it.
And it's constantly covering scent.
And you killed it. You killed a really nice buck this year over this.
Yeah, I killed a nice 9-pointer. He's probably 140, 145. Yeah. And actually, I was burning the Rut Ragers, and he came out in the field, and I could see him. He was scent checking something. So I hit him with a half a grunt, and he came in like I pulled him in on the string.
Right.
And I shot him at 22 yards.
I can't imagine how well this would work in an area like Canada, like where we go hunt bears up in Maine, where there's no other scents. Like in Pennsylvania, there's a guy somewhere you can hear a dog barking a lot of times where we hunt, things like that. There's a lot of scents going on. But there's so many back little swampy areas that I can hunt in Pennsylvania, Virginia, things like that, that this thing would come up out of the hollow and bring everything down versus like Canada and Maine where we go, there's nothing. And everything in the area would drag into this, especially like the donut smell.
And plus, at Canada, you can't use liquid scents no more.
Is that right?
And this is a synthetic scent that you could use up in Canada.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So instead of taking a barrel of 200 donuts up there, a couple different barrels, I could actually just take this up there and put the donut stick out and draw those same bear in from that
Exactly.
same
Yes.
scent.
Exactly.
And so I know, guys, you can't see it. I'm sorry, I didn't give you a visual earlier. But so it looks like a metal pipe, and so it hangs in your tree. I love the way that the bottom falls out so you can put new sticks in it. And it does have holes in it, and that's where the smoke's coming out. And if you want to see it, you can jump on Rutten River Pursuits Instagram and take a look, because I'm going to take a picture of me with it here in a few minutes. Dude, this is a great idea.
And
I didn't actually even know that these sticks scent existed.
Yeah.
And if I actually bought them and lit one and the thing burned out in an hour, I'd have thrown them out. That,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean no
Yeah.
good whatsoever.
Plus, a lot of, what's nice with the synthetic stuff is, I think in certain areas, a lot of units already, they shut down the use of liquid scents.
Gotcha.
Hey,
Now, I know you hang it exactly where you hunt. Do you ever have any guys hanging out at 30 yards where you want a deer to stop so you have a tight shooting lane or something?
yeah, well, we have, other people that use it. They actually, like if they're quick hunters, get out 2 hours, 3 hours to hunt, that's it. Stick it out, use it as a yardage marker.
Oh, no doubt.
Burn it, light it up, stick it out 20 yards. That's 20 yards.
Yeah,
use
your
it as a
invisible
yardage.
circles there that way.
Yeah.
They got to come into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So you still have that scent covering up, and but you also have your yardage marker. We have people that had deer actually within 7 yards of them.
Really?
3, 4, 5 deer within 7 yards with this on the ground.
Yeah.
And the deer never even knew that there was people there.
One of the things that I'm thinking, too, that I love about it is hanging it in your tree is I don't have to cover myself with cover scents all the time and makes my
Exactly.
truck stink like that in the off-season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My truck reeks
Yeah.
like cover scents all the time, and my wife gets in and is like, you need a hunting truck,
Yeah.
like a truck just for hunting, which I'm going to work on that. But
Yeah.
this makes it nice for that.
But a lot of liquid scents, half the time you spray them on the cotton, the wicks or something,
They dry out
it
anyhow.
dissipates.
Yeah.
Half of it's gone by the time it hits the swap,
From the time you light this, hours later, it's just as strong as the first time you lit it then.
Yeah, yeah,
Plus, as it's going through the forest, it's sticking to everything.
yeah.
Here at the show special, what do you guys offer? Because I want to tell anybody that's listening that might get to the show what you guys are offering, because I see some orange tags here.
Yeah, the show special is $25. You get the tube, comes with the paracord, it comes with the carry bag, it comes with your choice of sticks that you would want, and we throw beer koozie, soda koozie, whatever,
Sticker.
and a sticker in there for $25. Show
Sweet.
special.
Tell them what they have there to pick from back there as far as scents that you have.
You have Doe and Estrus, you have Rut Rage, and you have Curiosity. Bear scent, you have honey bacon and donut and anisette flavor.
I want to just burn the honey bacon in
Yeah.
my truck to cover up all the other smells that are in my truck.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. I'm going to let you guys roll. Thanks for sharing. I love
for
stopping
having
and
us.
seeing
Thank
it,
you.
man.
Yeah,
you guys
thanks.
get down here to Dark Sky Outdoors and check this thing out, because it might just be a game changer in your neighborhood. If nobody in your neighborhood is using this, I guarantee you that it's just such a game changer for Pennsylvania. Don't be hanging them wicks in the trees anymore and leaving them at least.
Yep.
So, hey, thanks, guys.
Booth 4310.
Booth 4310. Sounds good. Later, guys. Hey, guys, it's Uncle Catfish. I'm back. Listen, I was just over there at Dark Sky Outdoors, and I looked across here, and I went, dude, there's some nice camera equipment over here. I saw the drones, and Matthew come over and was admiring my new get-up. So,
It's a great get-up,
my new
man.
gorilla get-up, and it's letting me jump around pretty quick. And so Matthew is from Bedford Outdoors, and I actually asked him, are you from Bedford, PA? Because that's where I grew up.
Right.
And, of course, no. So,
No, and that's kind of the funny thing about the Bedford Outdoors is, well, our parent company is Bedford Cameron Video. We've been around since '74. Been around for over 40 years and doing all this stuff. Well, about 3 years ago, we decided to really get into the outdoor market and really help guys that are filming their hunts do their stuff. Well, our company name for the outdoor division is Bedford Outdoors. So our very first show was here in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And everybody that comes through the store or comes through the booth says, oh, you're in Bedford. We'll swing by the shop sometime. I'm like, well, we're from Arkansas, so it's a 1,700-mile swing, so it's going to be a pretty big swing, bro. But our owner, his last name is Bedford, so it's a family name, it's a family business, and Bedford Outdoors is it.
Yeah, pretty much everybody in central Pennsylvania knows where Bedford County is. There's some great hunting deer in Bedford County. But I came over here, and I don't just mean cameras, guys. I don't just mean, like, your basic camera get-up. You got everything. And not only that, but you got some serious packages here that are maybe for what somebody might want to do specifically. Like, for instance, this GoPro starter package at the bottom, if somebody was into, like, kayak fishing with that swing arm, dude, that would be killer. But if you're, into turkey hunting or just photography, tell them some of these packages, because you can come down to the show and see the tree arms and all the Sonys and all the Canons, but the packages are sweet. That takes some of the what do I need gameplay out of it.
And that's exactly right. As people come in, people go on Amazon all the time. They're like, man, I saw this package, and it's full of just accessories. And I'll show them, and I'll have to teach them that, man, those Amazon packages, 3/4 of those accessories are total trash.
You don't need them.
And half of them literally are not even made for the camera they're selling with them. They're just trying to make the package look better.
Really?
Yeah, it happens all the time. And so what we've done is we've partnered up with the guys over at Become One TV, and they have the Film the Hunt educational program. And we talked to them and said, look, guys, if somebody came to me and said, I desperately want to film hunts, I don't own jack. I don't have anything. I don't know what to get. What do they need for any particular situation? And so let's say the Bearded Buck starter package, right? We've got a Sony AX53 camcorder, but in the package you get an extra battery, a shotgun Rode microphone, a windsock for the microphone, a tree arm, a video head, a filter, a bag, a memory. I mean, everything that you would need to get out and immediately start filming that hunt.
Sure.
We bundle the package up, and then we kind of shave the price down a little bit so that you're saving money by bundling as opposed to just buying each part independently. And then here at the Great American Outdoor Show, we've instigated a 5% additional discount. Now, 5% may not sound like much on a $10 memory card, but man, when you're talking $2-3 grand
off these packages.
Yeah, off the
Holy
packages.
mackerel.
So we've already got discounts by bundling them, and then we're doing 5% more off. Save a couple $100 more. And then it's free shipping to wherever you are, and depending on the state you live in, it's no tax. And so that's
amazing.
That's killer. And then we're here to one-on-one and help people and answer questions all week long.
It's nice to see this really nice setup you have too, to see what's in the packages, and you can modify this if people need it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that happens all the time. So people will come in and go, hey, I want that Canon 80D B-roll package. But I already own a tripod and I already own a microphone. But what I could use instead of the shotgun mic that comes with it is maybe I need a wireless lapel.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Cool, you want basically that kit, but you need some tweaking. I will rebuild the package specifically for you, still give you the discount and then the show price, and then I will send you a quote in an email. You click buy, and it's off and running.
Come to the door.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if for some of our listeners that don't know this, he did mention that there's a Bearded Buck starter pack. I see the Become One outdoor video package. If you don't know those names, so now I know another one, Bedford Outdoors. If
That's
you
right.
hear one of those three people and they're telling you what to buy, I can personally tell you from knowing the Bearded Buck and the guys from Become One, you're I'm not joking around. They know their stuff.
They're legit.
They're legit.
Yeah. So funny story, 2 years ago was my first, this is our third Great American Outdoor Show. I was on a little bit of a break from Bedford Camera. I had some personal things, and I was just kind of on a little hiatus.
Yeah.
Well, my big boss called me, and he goes, hey, you've worked trade shows for us for years, man. I got a favor. We're in Arkansas. A drive is like 16 hours, 18 hours. So it's a long way. So he goes, I got a favor. I need you to work a trade show for me. I can't be there. And I said, yeah, I'll go work a trade show for you. No problem. He goes, there's a few catches. He goes, one, it's in 5 days. And I went, oh God, that's not very much notice. He goes, yeah. He goes, oh, and by the way, it's in Pennsylvania. It's like, holy crap, man, that's forever away. He goes, oh yeah. And by the way, you'll be there for 12 days. I'm like, holy crap, dude.
It's a long show.
Are you serious? And he said, yeah, that's what it's going to be. He goes, you might want to run that one by your wife before you just go. So I planned it all out, and I said, cool. He goes, now you're going to share a booth with two other guys. And I went, what do you mean we're going to share a booth? He goes,
I knew what you're going to say.
He goes, we've tried partnering up with some people. He goes, and you're going to go up and share a booth with them. And I went, who are these people? He goes, I don't know, but hopefully it all works out. And it was Tom and Nick, right?
Could you imagine? I mean, what better people to get partnered with?
It was unbelievable. 3 days into the show, I look at Nick and Tom, and I went, hey, you could have just been crappy human beings, and I would have been stuck in a 10 by 10 booth with you for 12 days.
These are some of the most knowledgeable teachers of videography in the industry.
Yeah.
And you got stuck with those two.
It's been incredible because I've actually just become friends with them. I mean, we call and I travel with them a lot now, and it's some of the best people I've met.
Not only are they incredibly intelligent in what they do in their schools that they teach for Become One.
Yeah.
They're fun to hang out with.
Oh, the best.
They're like, if you get to meet them and do any special time with them, they're like brothers overnight.
It's incredible, and it was great. Tom said the same thing about me. He goes, I'm glad that you don't suck too, because he goes, I didn't know who Austin was sending, and he goes, and I swear to God, he goes, I asked Austin, so who are you sending? He goes, oh, there are two guys named Matt and Rob. Don't worry, you'll get along with them. They've got beards.
That's great.
That was the whole premise of whether we'd get along. We've got beards.
Amen to that, brother. Well, if you guys get a chance to come down to the show, now I say this every year, and this comes out like on Tuesday, Wednesday. Sometimes you don't get a chance to come down here.
Right.
They are down here in the 4300 out.
Yeah.
Down here
the
close
west
to the corner. Just look for all the greatest cameras in the
Right.
show.
Right.
They're here, and it is Bedford Outdoors. Can you tell them my listeners, where they can find you if they don't make it to the show?
Absolutely, yeah. So we've got a few different options. BedfordOutdoors.com is our website. We also have an Instagram page, Bedford Outdoors, and then you can also email me personally because, man, I'm the guy. I am the head of the Bedford Outdoors area and arena for our company, and so I'm that one-on-one contact. And my email address is just mdyson@bedfords.com. And I'm seriously, like, legit happy to help and answer questions and one-on-ones and all that stuff.
You know what the best thing I just found out that I could personally use from you is at any time I need you to go podcast for me and go to a show 16 hours away, I can call you and go, hey, I got an assignment for you.
Yeah.
I got two guys for you to hang out with. You have no clue who they are.
And I'm going to say, wait a minute. Do they have beards?
I wouldn't send it to anybody. I wouldn't.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Matthew, it was great talking to you.
Hey, you too, Uncle Catfish, man. It was good to talk to you.
See you, boss. So, guys, I made my way over to Hunt of a Lifetime Foundation, and I was going to actually save this for last because it's my favorite. My father always told me to save what you love for last, whether it be on your dinner plate or whatever, and I couldn't. Dude, you're my favorite person in this whole hall. I saw Sam, and I had to stop. Sam, do you remember me from last year?
Yes, I do.
Dude, you are my favorite. You actually got to go on a hunt of Hunt of a Lifetime last year. Was that right?
That is correct.
What did you get to go hunt?
I went on a bear hunt in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan.
In Michigan, and you got to caught a ton of fish while you were there.
Yes, I did. 42.
So we actually talked to Sam last year at Hunt of a Lifetime Foundation, and Grant Fritz is with me. Grant, I don't want to get all sentimental, but when I come over here, I get this great big heartwarming feeling from the foundation that you guys do. And can you tell everybody, my listeners, what you do at Hunt of a Lifetime Foundation?
Well, what we like to, we're here trying to advertising, and looking for children that might have a life-threatening illness.
Yes.
And trying to realize their maybe dream hunting or fishing trip that they'd like to have, because not every child wants to go to Disney World through Make-A-Wish, but Make-A-Wish is a fantastic organization, but we go one step farther for the children that want to go hunting and fishing, and we'll set up their dreams.
Yes.
And what we do, we supply the hunt, transportation, lodging, a weapon, a rifle, or whatever they need be, and we pay for the transportation, lodging for the child and one parental figure.
That is amazing. And actually, it's not just here in Pennsylvania, because with Sam, you went the whole way to Michigan, right?
Yes, I did.
That is amazing.
And it doesn't matter where they want to go. If they want to go to Alberta, they want to go to New Mexico, for moose, elk, up to Alaska for halibut. That's where we'll send them. And on the average, like we do these shows and stuff to raise awareness and definitely raise some money, because these trips cost anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000.
Yeah, that's a chunk of change.
Yeah.
You know how many fish we could buy for that, Sam?
Yeah.
A lot of fish sandwiches.
It is.
Did you have any new hunters this year? Sam got to go last year, and I see you here supporting them, so that's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm hopefully going to get to meet some new kids this year.
Yeah, hopefully you will. There's some of them have been by already. They usually stop and say hello, and we just had a young lady this morning that come by that she went to Africa last year.
Really?
And she got 4 animals over there, and we stopped by and had quite a long conversation with them, and they are from Arizona.
Really?
And they're here at the show today, and
that's a pretty good clip to travel from Arizona to Africa.
yes.
Holy mackerel.
Yep. So, and she had a successful hunt. Every animal she shot was one shot, and the most impressive one that she got was a 57 3/8 inch kudu,
Really?
which is awesome.
Holy mackerel, that's a big kudu, Sam.
World class.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. What is it that you've been up to this year, Sam?
Well, I went on a cruise.
You went on a cruise? Nice. Was there lots of food? That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
I eat so much when I go on a cruise. I don't even know why they let me off the boat. I would have to get my exercise in because
Yeah.
there's a lot of pizza on a cruise boat. My favorite. Are you going to get to do any fishing this year?
I will be.
That's good. You're always welcome. So here's a special offer. I actually live at a lake 30 minutes south of here. And if you guys ever want to come visit me, I will take you crappie and bass fishing in May. I will make that happen.
All
Take you out
right.
on my boat on my private lake I live at, and I will actually take you bass fishing. So
All right.
if you guys can, I'll take care of everything. How's that sound?
That sounds wonderful.
You gotta
You
bring
take me with you.
Yeah, bring Grant with you.
Yeah.
There you go, boy.
And I'll bring my parents.
That's true. I can fit 3 people on a boat, so bring your dad,
All right.
because I want to see him catch a fish too.
All right.
That would be super cool, man, to make that happen.
Yes.
Sam, I love this organization. Where can they
Me
find out more
too.
about it?
Just go on our website at www.huntofalifetime.org and take a box of tissues with you.
Yeah.
Look at some of the films and stuff, because if you don't bring tears to your eyes, you don't have a heart.
No, that's it. As I just said, when I come by this booth every single time, it stops me in my tracks. I saw Sam walking up the aisleway, and I wasn't even prepared to actually stop here and talk just yet because I was going to save it for last. Like I said, dude, you stopped me in my tracks.
Yes.
You're my favorite guest last year.
Thank you.
Do you like talking to all these people out here that come by and see you?
I sure do.
This is a big show, isn't it?
It is.
So the NRA actually supports this show. They actually put this show on, and it's very important to us to always thank them too. So they do a nice job, don't they?
They sure do.
They sure do. Are you going to come back next year?
Yes, I am.
Dude, it's so great to see you, Sam.
It's so good to see you too.
So guess what I got to do this year?
What do you?
I got to drive like 18 hours to Canada to go fishing on
Whoa.
my 40th birthday. And
Oh my
I
God.
had a special friend named Tyler Dunn. He's a fishing guide that took me out, and he had the same birthday as me. So we got to catch hundreds of walleyes in a lake that's in the middle of nowhere.
Whoa.
That's super cool. I would take you with me on that, but it takes like 4 days to get there. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty grouchy after I drive 16 hours. You wouldn't like me
I know.
at all because I'll eat all your gummy worms. Listen, thank you, Sam. Thanks for letting me come
You're
talk to you, buddy.
welcome.
See ya.
Thank you, my friend.
Absolutely, Grant. Anytime. If you guys get down here, they're actually in the Outfitter Hall at 4600, the row 4600, and come down and support them. Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Man, it has been quite the morning. I'm down here in the call hall, and I'm still wrapped up in my head by seeing Sam over at Hunt of a Lifetime. Like, that kid's awesome. But, it's just icing on the cake that I come see Uncle John at Swamp Creek Calls. I get to meet up with Uncle John every year, and we have laughs and a good time. And I tell you what, he is the salt of the earth. And without further ado, I love to introduce Uncle John. You are actually from Virginia.
No, sir. Pennsylvania.
I know that. I'm just kidding.
Somerset County, Pennsylvania.
No, I thought you grew up in Virginia.
I was stationed there in the U.S. Navy.
That's
for
what we talked about.
5 years.
Yeah, I've actually been talking to you for so many years. I remembered Virginia for some reason. But yeah, actually, Swamp Creek Game Calls, you can find it, swampcreekgamecalls.com? Is there a website?
Yeah, it's swampcreekgamecalls.com.
I got you. And it says Garrett, PA up on his sign. In the Game Calls Hall, it's really easy. You can look across the alleyway and you can see GP Calls, see my buddy Zane, and see Travis and Aaron sometimes here, and then spin around and you'll find Uncle John over at
right.
Swamp Creek Calls. So you have just a little bit of everything here, even Wingbone Calls, which guys love. Like that,
Yes,
you don't
sir.
see those everywhere.
I have professional guides all over the country make their living off of my wingbone call.
Oh, dude, they're so epic. And
Yes, sir.
you actually have a multi-call here that I use constantly in fox hunting, and it's the only call I ever use. So if you guys get a chance to get down here, obviously come see his calls. But I want to hear about your turkey season. Did you have a good turkey season?
Absolutely incredible turkey season.
Do tell.
Started off, I had two fellas coming in. They called me up. We have a greenhouse business on the side. I build turkey calls as well. And fella dropped in at the house there. Just prior to that, like 20 minutes before, they called me up. They were coming in from Missouri. I was guiding them on a property. Good friends, retired Amtrak and Southern Pacific conductors, and they hunt with me every year, and I hunt with them in Missouri and Pennsylvania. At any rate, big old white dolly pulls in there, and this fella, I'm checking the tags out, and I'm thinking, well, he's coming for flowers, and I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking, no, he's in full camis. He's after turkey calls. I have a sign at the bottom of the road, and he wanted me to guide him. Come to find out, he was from Arkansas.
A boy from Arkansas.
Absolutely, 52 years old, Melvin Mills, and here he'd killed 42 gobblers out of 50 states, and he was after Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, and Tennessee.
He was doing his roundabout.
Yes, and I had contacts in all them states, but he wanted to hire me out there, and I couldn't do it because I had friends coming in for the whole week. So I put him onto a few spots, sold him some of my mouth calls. He went over to Flight 93 at Shanksville, PA, right where the plane went down and right across the little public. And second day, he promptly killed one with a 10 3/4 inch beard with my purple ghost cut call. Good hooks on it, 6 hens, downpouring rain, brought it over. I took pictures of him in front of the wagon wheels out at my house. Sent him to Maryland the next day, killed one at 10 1/2 inch beard, good hooks right at a shooting range, okay, and I won't say exactly where it's at, but the locals all know, okay, but he was very impressed with what happened for him and stopped back and told me some stories about losing the son in a timbering accident and watched him burn up in a fire.
Oh,
and I mean,
no.
we cried together, we laughed together, just a super good guy. Come to find out, his wife also has killed him like 42 out of the 50 states, but she was home taking care of Dad. Dad's 90 years old with dementia, you know. But anyhow, the season went on. He went off. My buddies come in. It rained the whole first week last year in our season, but we still smashed some birds. Good birds, you know.
Good.
They were tough, hand up big time.
Oh, big time, yeah.
Caught up to them at the end of the season and got them legally, but had some other hunters in the meantime, local fellas. One's an 82-year-old or an 81-year-old fella. He'll be 82 shortly. Called him in 2 dandies, okay, and had Jakes come in on us and just had a good time. They were flocked up early and late in the season this year because of the weather.
Yeah.
But it was a phenomenal year. We had a good time.
There isn't anything like spring turkey season.
Absolutely, it's my best.
It is.
It's the best. Bow hunting, turkey hunting.
Yeah, you've met my wife for multiple years, Miss Lacey.
Yes, sir.
She killed a phenomenal longbeard on the last day when they were all
Awesome.
spooky and wouldn't react to anything.
Awesome.
We killed it with one of your calls, boss.
Sweet.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
I don't know. I don't really know what it is, man, but every year when I come down here, I have to stop and tell you, like, half of everything that I get to do in the world comes from stuff that you've given me. So
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
I have a lot of people give me stories about how well my calls work. They're not the best in the world. They're very effective on birds. They do the deal, and I have a little saying, if you can't kill something with the Swamp Creek game call, you're not even in the woods.
Yeah.
Okay? That's for real. That's just
Amen
how
to
it
that.
goes. So.
And
Yes, sir.
you know what? It's true. When we come down here every year, So one of the reasons that I love, Uncle John's stories is, dude, you're down to earth, you're a sportsman, and you love people.
Absolutely.
And I'm the same way, and you can totally connect with there's a lot of times down here where it's small talk. And when you talk to these guys walking by the booth, you can tell, man, you love everybody. Like, you're a true sportsman. And one of these days we're going to have to get together and do some turkey hunting.
We can do that.
I hear you. Get down here to the game call and see Uncle John.
Booth number 3803.
Yeah, man. And ask him about his little multi-call that I use for fox hunting, and have him show you all the different calls. Real quick, tell him what all different calls it'll do in one call.
This particular call, if you want, I'll demo it for him.
It won't come across good on the podcast.
No,
it won't sound right. But you can tell him it actually is a small mouth. It's a small mouth call.
Small barrel, big barrel.
Yep.
Got a squeak in it as well.
That squeaker's my favorite. Yeah, it sounds like a dog squeaker toy. Yep.
It'll do a fawn bleat on the small end. It'll do a ringneck cockbird on the small end. It'll do a squilling rabbit on the small end. It'll do a wood duck and a pileated woodpecker on the squeak by drawing in. The other way you blow, okay, on the small barrel. Then you take your trigger finger, close the large barrel off, hit the small end, okay, and you got yourself a songbird and a meadow mouse.
And that's impressive. It sounds spot on.
Absolutely, it is. It's true as all get out and very effective. Turn the small end away from you and blow into the big end. You have at Les Johnson on Predator Nation or Predator Pursuit out of Colorado. He's got a Mac Daddy call, and that's where that's at. It's right on the very end, okay? They're $18 for one or two calls for $30, and I don't get much cheaper than that. But very effective.
It's very small too. It ain't but a ½ inch across and about 3 inches long, man. It does it all. Does it all.
Yes, sir.
Love you, Uncle John.
Love you, man. Thank you. God bless.
You guys get down to www.swampcreekcalls.com, and they can find that on there, can they not?
No, it's not shown on there. I just come up with that a few years back here, and
well, then get down here to the show and get you
got to get pictures of it, get it posted and priced here. I've got a lot of stuff showing here at the show that don't even show on the original website here, but everybody knows how to get in touch with me. They have a card. I've got my long line of people that are running my calls for years, and they're always coming back with friends. So,
and it's the type of website I'm sure you can just call Uncle John. He'll hook you up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna move on, but I'm sure throughout the week this is where I'm gonna end up. So
sounds great.
See you, Uncle John.
Thank you.
So you know what? I didn't even get the chance to leave the game call room.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
I told you I was just over visiting Uncle Johnny at Swamp Creek, and I turned around, and who do I run into but my favorite cat in this whole place, Travis Stach.
Stratch.
I always like to say it wrong, just like Aaron Geeson.
Travis Stach. Oh, Travis Pistachio.
And Zane's actually sitting over here laughing with us, too, so I can't wait to talk to him. But we're with GP Calls. Find your grit pack calls. I didn't say it like you did now.
This is Travis Stout here at Grit Pack Calls. Grit Pack Calls. Find your grit.
That's copyrighted and hashtagged and
trademarked and
what is it called? Tramp stamped.
It's got a little bit better of a ring than feet down, guns up.
That's true.
But we don't forget about that.
Toting pumpkins.
Toting pumpkins.
I learned that from you.
Yeah.
I learned it by watching you.
See, what happens is, you get these birds working and they're like, oh, they're locking up. Oh, now they're toting pumpkins. Oh, now they're in the decoys. Kill them. Ah, we missed.
Yeah. Amen to
sounds
that.
like I was along.
We get to stop down here every year and see Grit Pack Calls. They're our boys. We love them. And but you know what? Everybody knows your calls are awesome. Everybody knows you're from Virginia.
Appreciate it.
And you can slightly call good. I mean, I guess we've talked about it a few times.
Just a little bit.
Yes, just a little bit.
Did you guys clarify that point with him?
What's that?
That he can only be considered the Virginia State calling champ until I cross the state line?
That's true.
I didn't know if they let you know about that or not.
Coming for the throne.
Just saying, once I cross the line.
But he's been thrown. He's been thrown out of Virginia.
Game on, Wayne.
Oh man, I you know what? I was just over talking to Uncle Johnny, and he told me a pretty good turkey story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to hear a duck story, or a goose story, or maybe a waterfowl story.
Well, if we're talking about good stories that are funny, I could tell you about every one of my hunts, and they're all that funny because they're that pathetic.
I don't know. The one we were just on down there was epic and funny. We had a good time.
It was a blast, man. You know, it's nice when the birds work right for you. You know, it doesn't happen every day, and then people have that saying that I hate it, but you know, you'll be out there, birds aren't really working right. You know, you might get 1 or 2 opportunities, and you know, there's always one guy. Well, that's why they call it hunting and not killing. And I said, can you swim? Because I hate that saying so much that I'm liable to make you swim back to the boat ramp.
Well, you hear it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why they call it fishing, not catching. I hear it too. Yep.
Yeah.
I say it.
It's all right.
I shouldn't have said that now while I'm back here trapped in this corner.
Yeah, you got
Should have been on the outside of this
Put
group.
you in a headlock.
Well, you know, working for the outfitter, you run into a lot of different breeds of animals and people.
A little bit of everything and anything.
A little bit of everything.
You get all them fun personalities each time you go out, I'll bet.
Yeah.
You know,
Travis, you grind though, man.
Man.
You're up early and to bed late every single day.
you know, well, we like to say night to night.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting up when it's dark and you're getting home when it's dark, and it's night to night. The September season and the first and second split, it's not that bad. You know, you got a 20-day season in September. It's nowhere near as booked because, you know, we only have so many blinds where we can hunt the geese and the teal. So we like to, you know, rest them. It's only me and Teddy guiding parties. The other guides, you know, they're kind of doing their own thing, you know.
That's right.
The Teddy Carr. And
I've heard of them before, once or twice.
I mean, just a whisper, you know, very subtle. You know, if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't notice. So what happens is once you get into that third split, it's that 45-day season, 45 days in a row of doing that.
Grind.
You get a little
Grit.
salty at the end.
That's where you get your grit from.
You get a little gritty.
You gotta find it.
Absolutely.
You might
Absolutely.
I think you smell a little gritty after that.
Man, let me tell you, it smells amazing.
Yes.
You know.
I've been in Travis's truck. It smells like a grind.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you've earned it.
Yes, sir.
You've earned
yes,
it.
sir. And but yeah, you know, we run into all different types of people. You know, it's a good time. On a side note, there, so I deal with a lot of people booking hunts every year.
Yeah.
I know Chris Bonacci when he books a hunt. I know he brings his business clients and his friends. I know when you know Terry Riley books a hunt. I know the people who I talk to and book a hunt, the group leaders.
Yeah.
Everybody else they bring, I ain't got time and enough memory to remember everybody's names. And so I like to call them all Greg.
Yeah, brother, I'm
You
an
know?
X-ray tech. I get it. What's your
You
name
know?
and birthday? X-ray. What's your name? I call everybody Bub. What's up, Bub?
Hey, bub.
Yeah, and if she's
Hey, bud.
and if it's a chick, it's hey, what's up, Bubette?
And I might be shooting myself in the foot right now, but the one pet peeve I have about being called something, don't call me bud. Like
Bud.
short for buddy. Like,
No.
hey, bud.
Sorry,
Thanks, bud. Sorry, bud.
my
I'm
bad.
not your bud. I caught myself there. I was right about to drop one.
We're gonna put a goose call in there.
And but yeah, so I got all these clients, and you know, coming out and hunting every year. And I tell them, I say, look, they'll come up and they'll be like, oh, my name's Andrew. I know Chris Bonacci. You're Greg. All right.
Greg.
And you're Greg. And you're Greg. It'll be Chris Bonacci with a party of 3, you know, him and three buddies. I say, when I say kill that duck, Greg, I expect 3 guns going off.
Yeah.
All right. And that's just that's the way it goes. And
You know how many people I'm gonna start to call Greg now?
it's the easiest thing in the world. And so I had a client one time, he goes, well, my name is Greg. I said, shut up, Gary. He got all pissed off, man. He's like, sit down. I said, you just sit there and you mind yourself, all right?
That is great, man.
Old Zany Cat's over here, he has a couple stories too. And I'm going to go ahead and switch out with them and help these guys out with their goose calls.
Yeah, you're getting
And
busy
then,
here at the booth down here in the coal hole.
Ask him about the seagull story with his girlfriend, and then ask him about the Hart Miller Island hunt in Johnny's John boat.
Both of those sound like they could be dangerous. I love it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
There you go,
Trav.
Zane.
So what's up, Zane?
All right, man. So I'm gonna jump in with this one. So we're duck hunting on the Chesapeake Bay, right? And it's a spot. It's real shallow. It's right on the mouth of the Patuxent River. So we get a lot of cargo ships coming in and out.
Oh yeah.
Big ships.
And, oh yeah, huge. And so it's a big flat that we hunt on. And when these cargo ships go passing by, 10, 15, 20 minutes later, it will leave your decoys high and dry. All that big boat displaces so much water.
Wow.
And it pulls all the water into the channel. And literally, like, I mean, I'm talking like for 500 yards, it goes from 2 feet of water to bone dry.
So it drags the water with it.
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy.
So we're sitting there. Travis was actually with me. We had like a handful of guys there, and man, we're pounding up birds. We're having a great day. There's an ice line, and we're a great day. Mallards, Gadwall, black dog, pintails. So we got a couple crippled ducks way out there, and they're getting away from us. And it's cold. So there's ice. My boat's throttle cable is frozen, and I'm going to take my buddy John's boat. My buddy John has a John boat.
Of course he does.
How appropriate.
So without asking him, I jump in his boat as I'm going to get the birds, and I got my other good buddy Craig in the boat with me. And I'm like, yeah, man, we get close enough. I want you to finish these birds. So we get going. I can't throttle down because I'm only in like 2 feet of water.
Yeah.
Well, we totally forgot about this big boat that go ripping by like 20 minutes prior.
Uh-oh.
And buddy Craig's like, Zane, you see that big wave out there? I'm like, yeah, it's like 500 yards out. I mean, like a curler, a big old wave. He's like, are you worried about that? By the time it gets to us, man.
That's nothing.
Yeah, we'll be good.
Yeah, right? It'll be a little bump. So I'm going, putting along, putting, and we get closer. My buddy Craig's like, Zane, are you sure you're not worried about this wave? And it's just coming. I mean, it's like
cruising at you.
It's cruising, yeah. I mean, just white water just barreling coming. I'm like, it'll be all right, man. It'll be all right. So, like I said, I didn't tell John I was taking his boat. And he always gets nervous when I'm driving his boat because I like to push it to the limit sometimes.
Absolutely.
And so
it sounds like this is going to be one of those for instances, but go on.
Yeah, it might be. So this wave's coming, right? And it gets to the point where it's like 30 yards in front of me. And I'm like, dude, this thing's going to swamp us. So I turn it hard. I'm like, hang on, Craig. I turn it hard. I'm like, we'll outrun it, Well, I try to give it some gas. Like I said, we're only in like a foot of water. This wave's sucking water out. And so it drives the prop right into the sand.
Oh,
I can't go anywhere. I'm like, Craig, man. He doesn't know it's 2 feet deep.
Yeah.
And we're like 400 yards off the shore in the bay. So you think there's no way you can jump out and be, stand.
Right.
And he's a tall guy too, but still. So I'm like, I got the stern facing the wave now, and I'm like, Craig, man, abandon ship, man, abandon ship,
out of the boat.
We're going down. And so I jump out of the boat. He's like, I'm not leaving the boat. He goes spread eagle over the bow of the boat. I grab the boat. I mean, it's only like knee-deep water, like I said. Take the boat and kind of jump up with the wave, keeping as much water out of it as possible. Of course, some did get into it. Man, it was hilarious to see it. He was scared to death. Johnny's on the beach. He's freaking out. You're going to sink my boat. You're going to sink my boat. Man, it was, from what I understood, I was laughing at Craig, and from hearing Travis' perspective of it, it was just as funny seeing.
I can totally picture it.
I mean, just Travis like, yeah, John Britton's sitting there, and he sees you take his boat. He's like, man, I hate when Zane takes my boat, blah, blah, blah. And then they see the wave come, like, man, what's he doing? He's going head on this wave. He's going head on this wave. And then it crashes. Oh, dude, there was a few inches of water. It was nothing serious, but, man, it was hilarious.
I could totally see the guy sprawling out, trying to hang on for dear life.
I mean, he's watching in front of us, and he, like I said, Craig, abandon ship, man, abandon ship. And I go out and, like, just, run right off the boat. Of course, it's only like 2 feet deep, like I said. He didn't even look back. He was like, I'm not leaving the boat. Man, it was hilarious.
So that boat, when those cargo ships go by, they'll actually suck your decoy line out in with it.
They don't suck the decoys. It just sucks the water. So you go from, having a beautiful spread and, everything looks perfect. And then Big Trick comes by and pulls all the water out and just leaves them just sitting on the sand.
Yeah.
And then what happens is these big waves come back in, rolling back in. I don't know how this big wave, I think it was like, this boat must have been cruising.
Yeah. It pulled it out and it came back in that fast.
Yeah. I think it just kind of forced, without pulling as much water out, it just threw a big old wave right in. It was crazy.
Well, Zane, you actually do a lot of fishing for sharks down there, and you kayak your baits out.
Oh, yeah.
So you have quite the experience with waves and small vessels.
Yeah, here's the difference with a kayak. I will gladly take a kayak through the surf, and even when it's white capping, when you wouldn't take a small craft, 20-foot and under boat in the ocean when it's too choppy, you're perfectly fine in a kayak, an ocean kayak, or even to sit on top, one that self-drains. You can't sink them.
Right.
You can flip them.
It's like a surfboard.
Just like a surfboard, yeah. You can't flip. You can flip them, but you can't sink them. So
I wouldn't. Now this is down This is down close to where I went hunting with Travis. Is where this happened to you at?
No, this was Northern Bay, northeast. It's near Hart Miller Island area.
Gotcha. So the
north
boats
of the Bay
just come up the
Bridge.
channel.
Yep, they're going into Baltimore. I mean, these are fully loaded cargo ships coming in and out.
I would say that there's a couple other differences though between the scenarios. One of those, probably the biggest difference is you're trying to get sharks when you're going out in that crazy water with the kayaks. You're like, oh boy, I hope there's sharks here.
Yeah.
I'll stay on the beach and wave to you. I don't mind.
Yeah, because we always come down and talk to GP calls, but tell people where they can find Zane, because you got some crazy videos.
Oh yeah, man. I'm not afraid to get in. We go every summer. We go down to fish in Ocean City. Well, not so much Ocean City anymore, but used to be able to fish Ocean City. Assateague Island, Delaware beaches.
Yep.
You can go down there and catch some big old sharks, man.
So they have sand tigers.
Sand tigers, sandbars, which you got to be careful. You got to keep them in the water 100% of the time. You can't pull them out. They're protected species, so you got to watch the laws.
Do guys ever catch tiger sharks off the East Coast there? Is it a possibility?
It's a possibility, absolutely. A few years ago, I don't know if you heard about it, there was a tagged big female tiger shark came in the inlet of Ocean City and was cruising around the Sound.
So they GPS'd it.
Yeah. It was, I forget what that is. It's some kind of ocean research group.
Yeah.
They tagged sharks all over the place. And it had a satellite tag, and this is a big 1,000-pound female
tiger.
Yep, tiger shark
In the inlet.
In the inlet, yeah, cruising around.
I guess they don't have any
saw
barriers.
a movie about that one time.
Yeah,
it's called Jaws. I didn't have anywhere to go.
It was that same shark.
Yeah,
it was 4th of July weekend.
That's a heck of a shark, man.
Brody thought we needed a bigger boat. Anyway, sorry.
It sounds like Zane needed a smaller boat or a kayak for that time he went duck hunting.
Dude, I wouldn't have been afraid I was going to sink it or anything. I would have been going at full steam, paddle strong, man, keep the bow up.
But long story short, man, if you guys get a chance to ever get down and hunt with GP calls, I would imagine they don't have slow days, but if they had one, it's still fun.
Man, it's great people. It's it's a blast.
Yeah, and especially Travis. If you can hunt with Travis, you'll laugh all day long. He won't call you any ducks in, but you'll laugh all day long.
You'll have fun. No shooting, but you'll have fun.
People don't come hunting with me to shoot ducks. They come hunting with me to eat my bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich.
Oh yes, the bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich he's talking about over there.
That's where it's at.
In the duck blind. Zane, thanks, man.
Hey, man, absolutely.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. Thank you.
Later. All right, guys, so I'm in the Outfitter Hall. We just talked to Grip Pack Calls, and
Yes,
Ryan is going to edit this one for me, hopefully for tomorrow, because I've promised everybody it'll be out tomorrow, Tuesday at the show.
Stands to reason.
Why'd you
Makes
say
sense.
Tuesday?
Just say tomorrow. Come on.
Well, to let everybody know what day it is there for the show. But Ryan made sure that I had enough content to at least give him one full show.
That's great.
I don't know if I gave you 2 hours or an hour, but I'm pretty sure I'm 5 minutes short. So we're going to end up with...
Whatever it is, it's glorious, but it will end on quite the high note.
It is.
We got one more to do after this.
You got to be kidding me. This is what I work with.
Oh, no.
Actually, we come down to see old friend Captain Mark Spagnuolo. You've heard about him on our show many times before.
That's all we do is talk about
That's
this
all
guy.
we do. But honestly, we have some of the best times on the Eastern Shore. We come down to see Captain Mark, and he's set up here in the Outfitter Hall like always every year. Come down and see him. If nothing else, buy a guillotine. It's fun to throw at frogs, which is not what it's designed for. But
No.
it would be fun. I would like to do it. Captain Mark.
How you guys doing?
Good,
Excellent.
buddy.
Pretty good.
Some of us have been here all day, and Will and Ryan got a chance to come in a little bit later.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick on them
We're
for that.
fresh.
I got fresh legs.
Fresh legs.
I got a question for Mark right out of the gate, though.
Hammer.
Cap Mark, how many of your clients are double dipping on you here? How many guys do you have repeat customers that are coming back for stingrays and then turn around and do a waterfowl hunt?
It's not too many, actually. I mean, I had some that like what I've done with them in the past for the stingrays.
Okay.
And want to give the ducks a try. They're not necessarily duck hunters, but they want to shoot the guns. They want to try something new. So I kind of convinced them to come out and try it.
So you've had a couple.
Yes.
Do you get feedback as far as what they liked better?
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
It's not so much. It's like comparing apples to oranges.
It's a
two
double-edged
totally-
sword.
Some people like oranges better than they like apples.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, here's why I was asking is because I needed help. I cannot decide because they
Right.
are so different.
Yes.
Both of them I mean, both experiences were humbling.
Well, this
one hurt
question
my
was-
pride a little bit more than the other because
This
I'm supposed
question
to be
was
some
fired
kind of
directly
archery
at you,
expert.
though. Yeah.
But man, them ducks are cool too.
Yeah,
And
it's
Mark-
in your face. It's in your face action. It's a lot of shooting, a lot of ball busting. I mean, it's just a good time.
It
It's
is.
not a dry, hunt. It's not a serious hunt by any means. So it's just sit back, wait for them birds to lock up, land, and just have at it. I mean, you got 4 guys shooting 3 shots, and some guys cannot only shoot one. They got to unload their gun every time.
I think what Ryan's actually getting at is hypothetically, if Ryan couldn't shoot a bow or a shotgun.
Right.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, next time the strategy has to be Stevie only gets 2 shells.
What would have been
We could
funny,
try
and
that.
I've done this on trips with my friends, if somebody would have unloaded Stevie's gun. I tried to do that to Kyle's gun while we were there.
Oh, really?
And he's never left it down long enough for me to actually unload the
Yeah.
shells in the gun. But what would have been funny is to unload Stevie's gun.
Oh, my.
And when they came in, just be like, all right, Steve, it's all you. And then when and then everybody just cut loose at him. Now that he's probably going to hear this, he's not going to leave his gun out
no.
of sight.
He doesn't
He
listen.
doesn't do it anyway. He's jacked up. I've never seen him like that.
I'm excited to get
So
down
you
and try
really
it. I
turned
haven't done it.
something on in that boy.
Yeah, it's funny. I seen guys were in a duck blind on Virginia waters.
Yeah.
Shooting bluebills.
He's
Yeah.
addicted. He's absolutely addicted.
Yeah, you should walk around like this place with him, because it used to be, when we go in the fishing hall, when we go in the fishing hall,
Yeah.
yeah, the fishing hall. And
Now
next thing you know,
It sounded just like that,
yeah,
actually.
next
Has
thing
he got
you know,
ducks?
he's got eyes on a like a blind bag or
Did we get him a
something.
shotgun yet? Did he do a shotgun?
Not yet.
I mean, he's got to get waders. I think that we put that on him. Get
Gotcha.
waders, and then because there's a lot of guns in our camp. So
Gotcha.
No, I think it's true, though. When he does walk around, anybody here that has taxidermy, has anything with ducks and geese, he's turning his head quick.
yeah, is that blades?
Yeah.
Is that,
I took
is that
him-
blades pattern.
I took him out goose hunting, and we saw hundreds and hundreds of geese that went around us but never over us. And he was on edge the whole time thinking, they're coming, they're coming, they're coming. Well, I know Stevie will be back next year for sure. He's going to get down and see Captain Mark again and again and
I mean,
again.
don't write checks he can't cash, but I mean, I'm probably accurate.
He's going down. He's got lots of money. Every time we go fishing down at any pier, he spends $200 in bait. He can go down. That's just in bait.
Now,
He doesn't eat anything, so that's why.
But you guys have experienced Stevie
Yeah.
post sea duck hunt with Captain Mark. Stevie's
I
exactly the
can't
same way that Hunter
imagine.
was.
Yeah.
We
Post
got to get him.
Stingray
We got to
hunt,
get
like,
him on.
I don't know if I can
We
get.
got to get Stevie on the Stingray bait.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm not
imagine.
helping him bring it in.
Well, I would back. Yeah, just back to the middle of the boat. Make sure the boat's level. That's all you got to do, bud.
You work on that.
My heart was in the right place.
Right.
Uh-huh. I'm not no longer allowed to touch the guillotine as long as I live. But no, my heart was in the right place.
Like a guillotine to a rope.
Captain Mark actually has dusted on bowfishing.com and marylandwaterfowl.com. So if you want to jump over there and see what we're talking about, he's got some websites there to check out everything that he does on the Eastern Shore. Do you have anything big coming up for this year? I know that you just redid the boat. For
Yeah, the
this
boat
year.
was done last year. The duck boat was redone for this past season. The only thing new that I got really going on, exciting, this year I teamed up with some Costa Del Mar reps, and basically when you get the excuse year after year, I can't see what you're seeing because you got them good glasses on. I tell everybody on the Stingray boat, if the only thing you need to come on this boat is a pair of good polarized sunglasses.
Right.
Yeah, I've been saying that for years.
Yeah, sometimes people, I tell them you don't need a $250 pair of glasses, but do not buy a $10 pair of glasses. This year,
That was probably my problem.
This year I got 4 pair of Costa Del Mars that will be on the boat at any time that anybody on the boat shooting has access to put those glasses on.
You don't have to take away
So,
all
There's
our
no
excuses.
excuses
There's
anymore.
no excuses. Basically, you do not need anything to go bow fishing with me for stingrays this year during the summer.
That makes it nice.
So I mean, and they're using the same thing that I'm using. So I mean, that's
pretty cool. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately, I just retired from stingray hunting, so I guess we won't be able to see if that's really what my problem was.
Bless your heart.
Nah, but it's all a good time, and that's pretty much just trying to do a good job for everybody as always.
You do, bud.
Dude,
I
you
appreciate
put-
that.
a lot of times too, and you have to recognize that you can only do so much.
Right.
And you do as much as you humanly can, and that's what it's very evident.
Well, I've said that before on our podcast too. It's with all the people that I've ever been out with at all, even non-guides, just buddies of hunting, and I'm pointing at both of these guys that I love dearly.
Stop pointing.
I've never actually had anybody. I don't know if you don't know how to work. Do you know how to stop working?
It's gotten a little easier to hang out and settle down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you could take 100 people out and do great. You only need to take one person out and not do great, and that's what you're going to hear about.
Yeah.
So every day, I pretty much wake up with that attitude, like, do the best you can.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, make sure everybody's satisfied, and it's not always about what you kill or how big you killed. It's just about having a good time and basically making sure that their experience, even on a slow day, is a great time, because that's the difference between somebody who cares and somebody who doesn't.
I think one of the things that I want to tell our listeners too is if you're out here in the Outfitter Hall, if you're trying to book a hunt somewhere, and this is specifically with me with stingrays, because I haven't had the duck hunt, but I'm sure it goes with the duck hunt too. This is something that you can do. It's not like going on an archery hunt where you're going to sit in a tree stand by yourself, possibly on an outfitter's property, which is cool if that's what you want. But you can bring all your buddies and do this. It's a hangout session more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and you just cut up each other every time they miss, or
which is a lot.
Yeah. Or if you shoot
you cut the line on somebody else's
somebody else's kid, stingray, 12-year-old boy.
I think it was state
First
record.
stingray.
Well,
yeah, pretty much state record.
I wasn't going to let him beat me.
We seen that.
Oh, man. Well, good luck this year,
awesome.
Captain Martin.
No, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for stopping by. As always, fun.
Thank you, brother.
No problem.
Thanks, Bob.
See you.